The 10 most expensive stadiums of the 2026 World Cup. The 2026 World Cup will be played in 16 stadiums spread across the United States, Mexico, and Canada. And when I say that some of those stadiums cost a fortune, I'm actually understating it. Today we'll talk about how much each one cost, who paid for them, and what they got for that money. Number 10, NRG Stadium, Houston. It cost $352 million. The NRG Stadium in Houston is the most affordable in the top 10. It opened in 2002 and was built with public money from Harris County. Harris, its uniqueness isn't the price, but the features. A retractable roof, air conditioning, and seating for $72,000. In Houston, with its brutal summer heat, a climate-controlled roof was essential. During the 1994 World Cup games were played without one, and the players had a terrible time. In 2026, Houston learned its lesson. The price may seem modest compared to what's coming, but $352 million in public money for a stadium is a lot of money. Number 9, Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City. Renovation cost, $375 million. 372 is one of the most historic stadiums in American football. It has been home to the Kansas City Chiefs since 1972 and holds a record that no other stadium on this list has. It was certified by Guinness as the loudest stadium in the world. The noise generated by 76,000 Chiefs fans inside that place has reached 142 decibels, louder than a jet takeoff. For the 2026 World Cup, significant renovations were made for $375 million, mostly funded with public money from Jackson County, which sparked debate. But now, the historic stadium is renovated and prepared to host the world's biggest event. Its acoustics will make matches sound unlike any others in the tournament. Number 8, Lumen Field, Seattle. It cost $430 million. Lumen Field has a problem that no other stadium on the list had to solve. Its turf is artificial, or rather, it was artificial. For the 2026 World Cup, they replaced the synthetic turf with natural grass, since FIFA prohibits World Cup matches on artificial turf. The stadium, which is home to the Seattle Sounders of the MLS and the Seahawks of the NFL, originally cost $430 million, a mix of public and private funding. What sets Lumen Field apart from the rest is its atmosphere. The design of the stadium traps the sound, so the fans generate a disproportionate amount of noise for its capacity of about 69,000 people. Number 7, Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia. It cost $512 million. The stadium of the Philadelphia Eagles opened in 2003, and since then, it has been known for having one of the fiercest fan bases in all of American sports. $512 million between the city and the team, a public-private deal that turned an empty lot into the heart of sports in Philadelphia. What makes this stadium special in the context of the World Cup is the city that surrounds it. Philadelphia is one of the most historic cities in the United States, the place where the Declaration of Independence was signed. Number 6, Hard Rock Stadium, Miami. Renovation cost, $550 million. The Hard Rock Stadium has something that makes it unique on this list. Its most expensive transformation wasn't its original construction, but its renovation. The owner of the Miami Dolphins, Stephen Ross, invested $550 million in 2016 to completely modernize the stadium, all with private money, not a single dollar from taxes. The most striking thing about that renovation was the roof. Not a closed roof, but an open structure that cast shadows over the stands without blocking air circulation, designed specifically for Miami's heat and humidity. The stadium has a capacity for 65,000 people, and had already hosted several Super Bowls. For the 2026 World Cup, Miami will be one of the hottest and most intense venues, due to both the temperature and the large number of Latin American fans at every match. Number 5, Levi Stadium, Santa Clara. It cost $1.3 billion. From here on, we're entering another level of spending. Levi Stadium in the San Francisco area cost $1.3 billion. And it was designed from the beginning with a philosophy that no other stadium on the list had. Sustainability as the #1 priority, solar energy system on the roof, smart water management, recycled materials. It's among the world's most eco-friendly stadiums. It was the first stadium with its own official app, letting fans rewatch decisions on their phones, order food to their seats, and navigate using indoor GPS. Silicon Valley building a stadium is noticeable in every decision. The problem with this stadium is that the heat in Santa Clara during the summer can be suffocating. Lots of solar panels, little shade. Number 4, AT&T Stadium, Dallas. It cost $1.3 billion. Jerry World, that's what this stadium is called all over America. Jerry Jones, owner of the Dallas Cowboys, wanted the biggest and most luxurious stadium in the world and spent $1.3 billion to try to achieve it. The most famous thing about this stadium is its central screen, 2 HD screens hanging from end to end of the field that cost $40 million each. They are the largest stadium screens in the world. So big that in its first game, an NFL punter kicked the ball and hit the screen. They had to raise the screen before the next game. The stadium has a capacity for more than 80,000 people, but can be expanded to 105,000 for special events. In 2010, during an NBA game, 108,713 spectators attended, the highest attendance record in basketball history. For the 2022 World Cup, Texas is going to be one of the biggest and most spectacular venues of the tournament. Jerry Jones would make sure of that. Number 3, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta. It cost $1.6 billion. The Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta has the most impressive architectural feature of any stadium on this list. Its roof. A retractable roof shaped like an iris, with 8 panels that open and close like the diaphragm of a camera. When it opens, it looks like magic. It cost $1.6 billion, and part of that money was public, which generated criticism. The citizens of Atlanta debated for years whether it was right to use taxes to build a private NFL stadium. What no one can deny is the result. It is also the first large-scale stadium to obtain LEED Platinum certification, the highest standard in sustainable construction, and it has a philosophy that few American stadiums have adopted. The food prices inside the stadium are reasonable. Beers and hot dogs at normal prices. A decision by Arthur Blank, the owner, that made it one of the most popular in the country. Number 2, MetLife Stadium. New York, New Jersey. It cost $1.6 billion. This stadium will host the final of the 2026 World Cup, the most important match in world soccer, on July 19th in East Rutherford, New Jersey, less than 10 kilometers from Manhattan. It cost $1.6 billion, paid equally by the New York Giants and the Jets. The only stadium in the world built and financed by 2 rival teams that share it. With 82,500 seats, it is the largest in the tournament and has been specifically renovated for the World Cup, with specific modifications on the field to meet FIFA standards. What's interesting about MetLife is the conversation around it. Considering it was the most expensive stadium of its time when it opened in 2010, many describe it as surprisingly functional, but not very spectacular. It lacks Atlanta's striking architecture and Los Angeles' technology, but it offers what no other tournament stadium can: the final and the world title, the biggest moment of the next 4 years. And that's worth more than any giant screen or retractable roof. Number 1, Sofi Stadium, Los Angeles. It cost $5.5 billion, and there's no possible debate. Sofi Stadium is the most expensive stadium ever built in history. $5.5 billion. For reference, that's more than the annual GDP of some countries in the world. What makes this number even more incredible is that it was financed entirely with private money. Stan Kroenke, owner of the Los Angeles Rams, put up that money without asking the state for a single cent. What did they buy with that? An indoor-outdoor stadium with a translucent roof that mimics the curves of the California coast. An oval-shaped video screen that surrounds the entire interior of the stadium. 100 permanent seats with the possibility to expand to 100,000 for special events. A 298-acre complex that includes a park, hotels, restaurants, and an artificial lake. The stadium opened in 2020, hosted the 2022 Super Bowl, and was the venue for the United States' opening match in the 2026 World Cup. For the tournament, it will be called Los Angeles Stadium since FIFA requires sponsor names removed. So the world's most expensive stadium will host the World Cup nameless. Interesting, right? 10 stadiums cost over $15 billion in total. The 2026 World Cup will have the highest infrastructure costs ever. If you enjoyed this video, I have thousands more. Just click the playlist on your screen. I'm sure you'll like it. See you there.